So, the new Pokemon games were announced a while ago, and two of those games were Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the remakes of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and people didn't really respond to them really well. Not because of the remakes, but because of the art styles. The whole world is now tiny, and people were kind of weirded out by this. If you compare the people from Pokemon Sword and Shield with the people of this game, well, at least the characters actually look like they're 10. But then again, so will everybody else in that world, so it does kind of cancel out. Anyway, so it seemed that Pokemon was walking up the stairs with better graphics, and once they reached Sword and Shield, they decided, you know what? Let's take a step down. And they fell down the stairs. But to me, personally, I don't think the style is that bad. I mean, it is kind of weird that it's small again. But when I first saw the Pokemon Direct, I didn't really care about the style. I was just happy that it was finally announced after so many people were talking about it on the internet. But there was something I didn't like. They talked about how they're faithful remakes, which to me is kind of like they're saying, this game is 96% the same as the original, but with 3D and better graphics, not to mention Will Smith. But what I would want for a remake would be a game with a similar story, but with some different events and trainers and gyms having different teams, updated stuff, typical stuff. But the way they've been talking about these games makes it seem like it won't have these things. But at least there's a high probability there'll be Mega Evolution in this game, which is good. And at least that means that they're going to be forced to change the plot to put Megas in the story somehow. Anyway, overall, I think that Diamond and Pearl remakes might try to be too similar to the originals. Megas will be cool, and everything else will be small. Anyway, time to talk about the real main attraction of the Pokemon Direct for many people, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Also taking place in the same region, you're supposed to go around catching Pokemon to make a new Pokedex. Visually, this game looks amazing. The detail and everything makes Sword and Shield look even worse than it already is. The only thing is I'm wondering how the game is going to work. So far, it seems like with the help of our starter, all we're going to do is go around, catch Pokemon. I mean, we're going to be able to fight something since it was teased, like maybe trainers or just Pokemon in the wild, but it seems like the main focus of this game is just going to be catching Pokemon, not so much battling. And battling and catching have been a big part of Pokemon since day one, and without one of them being a big part of the game, it kind of feels like it's lacking. But then again, the story does sound amazing, so even if there isn't much to the game, the story will probably make up for it. Anyway, these were my thoughts on the new games that I actually care about. Hopefully I'm wrong about the negatives. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and yeah, okay, now when stuff, what do I talk about? I forgot what I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, so I said Pokemon Direct in the video, and I know it's not Pokemon Direct. I'm pretty sure it's Pokemon Presents, but I did Pokemon Direct because I wrote in the script and decided to go with it as a joke. Anyway, the third part of Nuzlocke is going to come out next month, like the 8th or 15th. I already probably mapped out when it's going to come out. So yeah, look out for that. That'd be the next video. I'm working on a lot of videos. I have a lot of video ideas. I've written a lot of scripts. So, shopmrbeast.com. Remember that God loves you and to keep getting back no matter what.